the policy of expansion and conquered the Kalakuris, who were the masters of Gujarat and Khandesh. He also captured Goa or reverted Viper, an important port. He attempted to pass on the sovereignty to his own son, Sundaravarma, but Pulakesin II, who had gone into exile, defeated his uncle with the help of his loyal friends and became the king of Badami. Mangalesa lost his life as well as his kingdom. Mangalesa was not only a great warrior but also well versed in the arts of government. He must have also helped his father and brother in building the empire of the Chalukyas. He caused a hall to be cut in the rock at Badami, dedicated it to Vishnu in the name of his brother, Kirtavarman, and granted the village Lanjesvara, Nandikesvara, for regular worship at the temple. His Mahakuta pillar inscription show the state of Sanskrit learning during the period. Pulakesin II, 608 to 642. He was the greatest among the great Chalukyas. He was the foremost monarch of his time and by virtue of his extensive conquests became the most powerful monarch of South India. At the time of his accession to the throne, the country was passing through internal troubles. The struggle for the throne initiated by Mangalesa had created disorder and confusion in the Chalukyan kingdom. This was taken advantage of by the feudatories of the Chalukyas who ventured to shake off allegiance to the imperial power. Pulakesin faced the crisis with remarkable prowess, determination and success and made himself the undisputed master of the Chalukyan kingdom and raised the Chalukya power to greatest heights. Conquests. According to Aihole inscription composed by the Jaina poet Ravikirti, soon after his accession to throne Pulakesin launched upon a career of conquest and the subjection of his enemies. He first attacked the two Rashtrakuta chiefs, Apayika and Govinda, and repulsed one of them and received the other into favor. Next he turned to the west against the Kadambas and the Mauryas of North Konkan and reduced them to submission. The others who felt the weight of Pulakesin's arms were the kings of the Alupas, the Gangas, the Latas, the Malavas and the Gurjaras. As a result of these campaigns, Pulakesin extended the northern frontiers of his kingdom up to the river Mahi. He placed one of his brothers, Jayasimha, as the governor of Gujarat. About this time, a powerful empire was established by Harsha of Kannauj, who after establishing his overlordship on the whole of Uttarapatha made an attempt to extend his sway into South India. This naturally brought the two powerful monarchs face to face and war became inevitable. It is very difficult to follow the course of the events. According to Aihole inscription, Pulakesin met the army of Harsha north of the Vindhyas and compelled Harsha to flee in fear. This has been corroborated by the accounts of Yuan Kwang. The pilgrim says, the great king Siladitya, Harsha, at this time was invading east and west, and countries far and near were giving in allegiance to him, but Mohalachar, Maharashtra, refused to become subject to him. That the conquerors of northern and southern India met in actual fight is stated by the biographer of Yuan Kwang, Siladitya, boasting of his skill and the invariable success of his generals, filled with confidence himself, marched at the head of his troops to contend with this prince but he was unable to prevail or subjugate him. This evidence is further corroborated by the Aihole inscription, Harsha, whose lotus feet were arrayed with the rays of the jewels of the diadems of hosts of feudatories. Prosperous with unmeasured might, through Pulakesin had his Harsha, joy, melted away by fear, having become loathsome with rows of lordly elephants fallen in battle. Pulakesin is said to have established frontier stations against Harsha at the Vindhyas and the Narmada. In the fitness of things, he assumed the second title of Paramsvara. Thus by virtue of his powers of mastery and valor, Pulakesin became the supreme lord of the three countries called Maharashtrakis comprising of 99,000 villages. Next, turning to the east, he conquered Kalinga either from Sasanka or Harsha and then reduced the fort of Pisthapura. For the Andhra provinces he appointed his another brother, Kubja Vishnuvardhana who became the celebrated founder of the eastern Chalukya kingdom. Then near Kaveri, he defeated the Cholas and accepted the submission of the Keralas and Pandyas. Chalukya Pallava conflict. The causes for the Chalukya Pallava conflict in which each considered the other as its natural enemy are not found stated anywhere. Venkaya thought the different religions they pursued must have caused this hatred. The Chalukyas were Vaisnavas and had the boar for their crest, whereas the Pallavas were the devotees of Shiva and had the bull for their crest. Nevertheless, he himself suggests